Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the show. After the show, what happens right after the show? Cheers.
Dude, first video, new set.
Yeah.
What?
How'd you feel? Did it feel different?
It felt a little different, like the painting. So I don't know if you can tell, this portion of the wall is a little more forward, and when we hang the painting, it was like in the center of that part of the wall. So it's like a little off center to me. And I kept like trying to like reorient myself to the middle. I'm like, no, wait, that's not the middle.
Yeah, like where's the spot? Especially because like we always look so much like where you're spacing yourself in the frame.
Yeah.
Based on what's behind you.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, yeah, you don't target like right there
As the
anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. No,
Yeah.
Right
You-
there.
That's normally,
the spot.
you're looking at, is this the center or is this the center? It's just barely.
Just barely. Just barely.
It's all good.
Shoo.
It's all good. Man,
Can we talk about this video? Because,
yes, we can.
Whew, it makes me slightly nervous.
It makes me a little nervous too, because
Slightly
it
nervous.
was like, it's like,
you are trying to defend someone. Not
even defend. I'm
Like-
just like trying to explain someone's way of thinking. Like, could this, like, why would anyone think this way?
Right. Like would
Yeah.
it have made sense at that period of time? And like, I
Yeah.
think the big thing that it comes down to is that I hope that the understanding of like the societal differences and what was being developed as like the wizarding community at this time was like one that was very much like under fire.
Yeah.
And maybe the idea is that like Hogwarts was intended to be like a safe haven
Right.
for those people, and the fear was that like if you were to let anybody outside of that safe haven in, it could be potentially dangerous.
Right.
But like at the end of the day, that also assumes that every other like non-wizard person wanted to kill you,
Yeah.
which
Not a good
it's
view of the world.
right. It's not the right assumption. Is what it comes down to.
It reminded me a lot of like Magneto in the X-Men.
Okay.
Where he's like very much like, everyone who's not a mutant wants mutants dead.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, because he often comes across as like this like sort of anti-hero kind of character.
Right.
A lot of the times, like him and Charles are like best buds, but also like rival, like total enemies.
Like in completely different like views on how to go about things.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know, and that's the thing too, is like you see that of course like the three other founders don't align with this ideology, but like I think maybe like the thing you might be able to understand is that like if these are people who were living in particularly harsh times, it's not entirely unreasonable to think that 1 in 4 of them may have been like more skeptical of just outsiders.
Yeah, I would love to have like a book or like some more background about the founders. Like,
Sure.
you know, like who, you know, if like Slytherin's parents or something were murdered by a mob of angry muggles, you know, is his viewpoint so like, I mean, it's still wrong, but is it like more understandable?
Maybe.
You know, is it like not, you know, maybe more sympathetic in some way? I don't. It's not. I'm not. It's like, yeah, he was a bad guy, basically.
Right. It's what it comes down to.
It's like, yeah, you know what? Don't leave a giant monster in school. Don't do that.
Oh yeah. Especially like the lengths that he went through to try to like ensure his
Yeah.
beliefs is pretty strange.
It's pretty strange. It's like, it reminded me a lot of, we just did our Ender's Game book club, and you're like, they like trick, you know, Ender into wiping out this entire population of people, and they're just like, if it's us or them, it's got to be us, right?
Right.
And it's just like, if, you know, it's like, it's a hard decision, but we had to make that decision. And you're just like, I don't know if you had to make that decision. Like,
this was what made that particular book such a fun book club discussion, because it becomes this big question of like, if you're looking at it like our planet of population and species versus their planet of population and species, and it's like they want to, you know, kill us, it's like, is it ethical to be like, well, we have to like snuff out that threat?
Right.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, like, should our species matter less than theirs? And then we even talked about like, what if it was known in the greater galaxy that they provided more benefit to the rest of the world?
Right. It's like, it's always self-preservation.
Right.
That's always what you're going to choose. And it's like, is that, I just want to know more about like what it was like back then in the wizarding world. Like, I assume that almost sounds what it's like. He's like, if it's us or them, I might be remembered as a terrible person, but at least there will still be wizards.
Sure,
you know?
sure. Like he would have that exactly like what Grindelwald, like for the greater good.
Right. It's very for the greater good. Yeah. It's just like if so be it. If Godric and Helga and Rowena die off, then my monster will come purge the school, and then it'll be safe for all wizards forever. Sort of thought,
Maybe. Yeah.
It's just like, but it's still terrible. It's not good.
It's just not the approach. But this is why we need a founder's story, because I think that they could make they could tell a compelling story almost like Thanos. Yeah. Because Thanos is the same way.
Yeah,
like,
it's very much. Yeah.
Where he's like, it's not that I want to wipe out half of the population, it's what the universe needs.
Right.
And it's like he's not doing it for power, he's not doing it for anything other than like, I am trying to fix the universe, and this is the way that I think that we should do it, and it should work.
Right. But see, it's interesting then, because like it's like you can see like if Slytherin has this mindset of like it has to be done, or like I don't want to. I'm not trying to get power. I'm just trying to save my people.
Right.
Maybe it's harsh, but it's what has to be done. Then it's interesting. You get down to Voldemort, and it's how like his views like get really warped over time, and it's like no, only pure blood should exist because everyone else is the wrong kind of people.
And that is what I would be so curious about, is that if like you could see Slytherin see the events and the actions of Grindelwald and Voldemort and be like, that is not what I meant.
Yeah, like no. Yeah, but you don't know. We just don't know enough about Slytherin.
You don't know. And I guess even if you want to look at the basilisk as like, what was like the quote from an American president, like, tread lightly but carry a big stick or something like that.
Yeah.
Like what if it's like I don't intend to ever use this, but we need to have a way to defend ourselves in the event that something happens.
Sure, right.
Which is why I have a 50-foot snake. So as long as you don't have a bright red bird, we're all good. We're all good.
Wouldn't that be interesting? If he was just like this is a strictly defensive snake, and then Voldemort came on and he's like, whoa, big weapon.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's also interesting to me that it seems like history, like, they keep the name in the school. But I guess they don't know about the basilisk. But then even after, they still keep it Slytherin House. They don't rename the house ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. It's a fascinating topic. I'm so curious to see what people say. Although I have to say,
nervous.
The video makes me nervous because I don't want people to get the wrong idea.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Let us know y'all's thoughts. Bye. Oh man. So what if